Good day, folks. Welcome to the MB Wildman channel. On today's video, just a real quick share with you, something I kind of discovered almost by accident, This video is going to show you how to dye your snares green and have them just a great camo color, a great, nice, leaf green color for out there in the woods. It's quick, it's easy, it's super simple, and you don't have to degrease them first, right? So there's none of those steps of, like degreasing and all of that. So you can make your snares brand new, shiny, greasy wire, and just go ahead and follow this quick process, these quick few steps, and you're going to end up with some great green dyed snares. Now, most of you know from the video I put up last month that I like to dull and dye my snares kind of all in one step, and I use the bark for that one. If you haven't yet seen that video, it's a real good one. It's up on the channel. We sure would appreciate you checking that out too. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the MB Wildman channel, we sure would appreciate that as well. We're doing our best, putting that information out there, and hoping that you're liking the content. As always, if you like the content and you want to comment, we're looking for questions all the time, or any feedback that we can get from other trappers or suggestions. That's great. If you've got video ideas, go ahead and leave those in the comment section down below too. And again, we'll be sure to get back to you as soon as we possibly can on those. So anyway, stick with me, and I'm going to show you real quick how to take brand new snares, shiny and greasy, and have them a great dull camo green color in just no time. Okay, so like I said, I kind of discovered this a little bit by accident a year or two ago, and I use it all the time now. I like to do it just about the 1st of September or the first couple of weeks of September, whenever the maple leaves just start to turn, okay? So I don't want them brittle and hard, but I want the green, some of the green color to be gone out of them, and I want them to have started to change into orange or red or whatever color they're going to change to, okay? I try to use young maple too. I don't want a great big huge maple tree. So just something that's, something you can reach, so low to the ground. If you can kind of reach up and grab the leaf, then that's a small enough tree to use. And also make sure when you do this that you get the leaf and the long stem, okay? The stem's part of the deal. For what I'm doing, you really only need about just like a grocery bag full, okay? You don't need a lot of these. I've got a 5-gallon bucket here. I'm just going to put, maybe half of the bucket full of these maple leaves, okay? And that's the first step in our process, and that's all you're really going to need as far as from the leaves go. So don't pick enough leaves. Don't pick all the leaves off the same tree. You might kill it, especially if it's a small one, right? So just try to be a little bit selective, get from a few different trees in the area if you can, just so you don't end up killing the maple tree. That's the last thing you want to do. What else we got here? Perfect. Okay, so there's my bucket just about half full, and then we'll move on inside, and I'll show you the next couple steps. Okay, so next up, we're going to put everything together in like a cloth bag or some type of satchel or whatever that water will penetrate, but the leaves and stuff won't come out. So I like to use an old pillowcase. Now, this is one that I've used before in other videos and such, but if you just got an old pillowcase laying around, these are great. Kind of a jute bag or anything will do. Sometimes a small feed bag will work too. I don't like using feed bags that aren't actually cloth. I don't know, I just find they work better. So what you're gonna do now is you're gonna put in all of the leaves from your bucket or from your bag or whatever into a cloth bag, okay? Now, you can obviously collect in a cloth bag, and if you're smart, which I wasn't a second ago, you could have saved yourself a step. I could have just actually collected these leaves into this cloth bag, and then I wouldn't be shoveling them out of here right now, trying to keep everything together and all that. But so anyway, you just need basically your leaves into your cloth bag. Okay, once that's done, you've now got your bag, grocery bag size full of maple leaves that we collected. And there's 2 other ingredients for this step. You need some ashes from your stove. So a campfire will work, any type of stove, whatever. Just scoop out some ashes, about a cup of ashes. You're going to dump those in with the leaves, okay? Give that a little shake just to mix it up a little bit, not too much. The other thing that you're going to need is roughly the same amount of the little rocks that pick up oil. You know that oil spill stuff that you buy at wherever you buy your stuff to pick up oil spills? They're just real tiny, small, like pebble type rocks, and they soak up oil. Okay, so you're gonna add about the same amount of this as you did the ashes to your maple leaves. Okay, and that's all you need. Now you're just gonna tie this bag off. I like to just grab a zip tie from over on the counter there, and don't tie it down tight. Like, don't squish it down real tight. Make sure you got some airspace in there so that the water has place to kind of move around. And then just, I put a zip tie on it. You can tie it, you can do whatever. You just don't want the stuff coming out the top of the bag. Okay? There you go. There's all the ingredients that you're gonna need. Next, grab whatever it is that you're gonna boil these in, because we are gonna boil them, okay? So you're gonna put this into the bottom of your pot that you're gonna boil in, right? Push it down pretty good, okay? Not, you know, doesn't have to be exactly squished down, but push it down pretty good. Okay, so I got it in there, and I put this pretty good sized rock just in the middle of it to keep it from floating to the top, all right? So fill it up so it's just a couple inches down from the top. You want a lot of water in here because you're gonna boil it for about 60 to 90 minutes or so. I like the 90-minute mark depending on how much, you know, how many snares and what I'm gonna put in there. So I got some new snares here, never been out, all still shiny, you know, still got that factory shine and factory grease on them. Gonna put those into my mixture here and put those down in there. And then I've got a couple of my small game snares from Mink that I'm gonna use, and they're brand new, never been anything done with. I've also got some snare wire here. So this is just some snare wire that's pre-cut, ready to make some snares. So I'm gonna actually dye this up before I make these ones up, just to see how that goes. So anyway, I'm gonna put those all down in my mixture here, and then I'm gonna put this on the burner, and I'm gonna let this whole mixture boil for somewhere between 60 and 90 minutes. So I'll check it after 60 minutes and see if I like the color. And then I don't usually do it any more than 90 minutes. It's usually enough time. So. Okay, so you've had them boiling now. You've had them boiling now for at least 90 minutes, and sometimes it takes a little longer depending on the leaves that you get. You know, younger leaves or older leaves, drier, wetter, whatever. But what you should do is just kind of boil them until you get them to the green that you like. Okay. So when I take these out of here, right, for the most part, when you pull them out, they're just a dandy green color. Can you see that? Right. So you're just going to hang these up to dry, or lay them out on a towel, or lay them out on a cement floor or something. But even the ones that I put in that were just the wire that I wanted to start with, you know, to make some new snares. I'll show you some of those here just in a sec. I can get them untangled a little bit. All right, I would normally drain this pot out, but I'm going to use it again in just a little bit. So here are 3 snares that went into that mixture, and they were just as shiny and new as can be. And if you look at them now, they still got some of that. They're not black like when I do my other ones, but they're actually a greenish color. All right, you check those out. See how green they are? Right? I'll show you the wire. All right, so here these are. And you check them out. Look at the color. Right? Green as can be. Okay, now not a dark green, and I'm sure that if you left them in the mixture longer, they might become a dark green, but this is great, and I'll do this. You know, I'll either do black or green like this, but this is pretty simple and straightforward if you want your snares to be green. Okay, so that's a real nice color, and that'll blend in real well with your surroundings after I make these blanks into snares. So anyway, listen, I hope this is something you can use, help you out on your line a little bit. Great way to dye some snares, all natural, cheap, easy, and piece of cake to do, really. So until next time, happy hunting from the MB Wildman channel.